Hi, this is His Royal Majesty Supreme Caesar St. Augustine de Buonaparte, Emperor of the United States of Turtle Island, Master of, I guess, the universe. A lot of you may seem to think that it's maybe a little egotistical of me to take on such a title, but let me tell you why I did this. In 1996, I sent a letter to President Clinton. If you Google my name, you'll see all the information on me. There's dozens, hundreds of blogs and information about me. When I did that in 1996 as a protest to the fact that presidential candidates, lesser known, aren't included in debates. The problem that this planet faces right now is the fact that we are always going backwards in one area of human psychology, and that is war, okay? And hurting one another, physically, mentally, psychologically, and so on. It occurred to me once to send a letter, and I did, on September, believe it or not, it was September I believe in the same week, I don't remember which, but it was in the week of September 11th, 1996, that I declared war on the United States of America from Channel 35, actually cable access channel in Adelphia, in Van Nuys. So from there, I declared war on the United States of America, sent videotapes of the copies to the Pentagon, the White House, and other alleged authorities, and gave them 30 days to answer. They did not. They could have sent me a no. They could have called me and said a no. They just ignored the whole thing. Maybe the bureaucracy lost the tapes, lost this, lost that. It happens all the time. But because they have such an inefficient system of collecting and admitting that they either received it or didn't, meant that the 30 days passed, and so I became your Emperor of the United States. I dissolved the United States of America for one reason. There are thousands of children. I wish I could put this on the website and show you the pictures of babies, children napalmed in Vietnam, children in Iraq, Afghanistan, not just losing arms and legs, going through horrible pain, the guts hanging out. Can you imagine what it would be like if that happened here in America and your children were destroyed in front of you? Wouldn't that turn you into a terrorist? Now, I'm not saying terrorism is nice or it's the right thing to do. It's actually the wrong thing to do, no matter what has happened. But, unfortunately, there are people in the world who feel that they have to get even. This goes back to the mafia and revenge and so on. That's a good example. So revenge has been with us for a long, long time. Probably since man has walked on the earth. There's more on this about man and DNA and the whole DNA spectrum and what it really means and what I know about it personally. Anyway, to make a long story short, I overthrew the country, took the presidential oath of office, and from that day on, not only am I your emperor, I'm supposed to be in charge of all of it. So from that day on, let's see, 1996, Clinton continued. He had his fiasco with Monica. Then Bush came in. He had his fiasco with 9/11. Now, it's interesting to note that I warned the federal government in 1993 that, cryptically, I warned them that airplanes were going to be used in an attack against the World Trade Center. Yes? Yeah. Can you hold on, Michael? Or can I call you right back? Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Anyway, so I did that in the name of all the children that have been maimed, killed, destroyed, innocent men, women, and children in the wars and police actions the United States of America has carried out. You'll also find much on the website about not my belief, but my expert knowledge that every American citizen that pays taxes, 75% of your taxes goes to the military, and that is used to do this carnage. Whether you mean to or not, whether the soldiers mean to or not, is not a good enough excuse. There's no such thing in my mind as a friendly fire death, period. Now, we have a president. I've run for president in every election, every 4 years. I ran for sheriff. I ran for mayor in Los Angeles. As a matter of fact, you'll see something on YouTube about my candidacy in 2009 for running for mayor. More than 1,022,000 registered voters in LA didn't care to vote for either Hahn or Vigorosa. They just didn't care. And only 440,000 appeared to vote for both of them. So that tells you that Mayor Vigorosa was elected by a minority of registered voters, not by a majority of registered voters. The rest didn't show up. In France, they fine you if you register to vote and you don't go vote. Anyway, the bottom line is I did this in the name of all these children. And for that, I've gone through persecution. Building and safety followed me. Followed me from every property that I've been at in Los Angeles, taking everything out on me. They stole my cars, took my boats. I was supposed to move to Colorado in 2002. Between 2002 and 2004, I was just about ready to move to Colorado to open up the most fantastic domed city on the planet. And I was doing it all with secondhand materials. Not only was I followed, I was arrested. Me or my twin were, they tried to arrest me many times. They ended up arresting my twin, but we fought back by simply getting another place. They followed us from place to place to place. We lost millions of dollars worth of cars, boats, trucks, secondhand materials that could have been very important towards building this fantastic 100% solar powered city in Colorado. And I was almost there, and I did it on a shoestring budget. And for that, I was destroyed, and I'm still being destroyed. On Monday, March the 1st or 2nd, the fire department will be at my house at 20905 Hart Street in Canoga Park to tear down my fence and take everything out of my yard, all my cars, anything I have left there, because they consider it a fire hazard. Well, I told the fire department, I can take you to 100 homes in Los Angeles that are real fire hazards. Yet they ignored everything. They took us to court. They threatened us. As a matter of fact, they welched on a deal. They gave us till April 12th to finish, for us to finish making noticeable improvement. You know what they did? They got building and safety lost because one of us pled no contest to the deal. And we said, okay, you drop 2 charges, we'll plead no contest, and we'll clean up, we'll show noticeable improvement by April 13th. Building and safety got so mad, and the city attorney got so mad that they sicked the fire department on me. And one of the fire people from just 2 blocks away, the fire station, said, I guess the city is trying to get us to do their dirty work. That's exactly the words that the fireman said. I won't say who it was, but it was definitely someone in authority. This kind of stuff happens not just to me. It happened to the guy that, remember the bulldozer? The guy tore down that Colorado town? He welded himself inside the bulldozer. Remember that incident? I don't agree with doing stuff like that. I think there had to have been an alternative. There should always be some kind of alternative. Instead, he tore apart that town and then he shot himself. And they had to cut him out of the box that he had welded himself into. This is a perfect example of abuse of color of law by building and safety. And speaking of brutality,